Welcome to another exhilarating episode of Comic Book Straight Talk, brought to you from the secret basement inside one of America's oldest comic shops, Tulsa's own The Comic Empire. Now, true believers, open up your ear holes and get ready to have your head filled with the best comic book knowledge this galaxy can handle. That's right, it's time for another nerd overload with Comic Book Straight Talk.
Welcome back to Comic Book Straight Talk. This is Dalian.
This is Terry.
Kenny.
And we are going to talk about 2019 in review. Comic news stories, books, movies. You know, we have comics and stuff that we enjoyed in 2019. You want to start us off, Kenny?
No.
Well, we're off to a good start there.
Woo! I will give props. I think Marvel, we had talked about them, being a sinking ship. They've righted the ship a little bit in 2019 with several good books, Daredevil being one.
That was actually more towards the end of 2019. Well, not Daredevil, but some of the other books.
It still happened in 2019, did it?
Mm-hmm.
No, see, okay. They had the whole...
Daredevil started off good in 2018.
True. But it has gotten better. It's been good. It's gotten better, if you can get better from good, yeah. You also got the House of X, Powers of X thing that reimagined the X-Men for a new generation, which has kind of helped ride them up a little bit. The Avengers line, I think, has done pretty well under Jason Aaron. They've got some good things that have helped, and they've done some bad things, but more or less, it's their 2019. They finished off pretty well, I thought, with several good series. So, what you got?
Well, I think it's sort of the best and the worst was DC's Black Label when they come out with the Batarang.
The Batwang. That's
the Batwang.
Right. That was 2019, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the story was pretty good. The art was really good in it. The controversy was a little funny.
Little Bruce.
Little Bruce, yeah. So that was kind of one of my favorite things that stuck out in 2019.
Yeah.
Was the best and worst right there, all in one book.
People going ape
Doo-doo.
I'm trying to figure out how to put this politely, yeah. Over that, just because it showed, the Batwing. Yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
But I thought it still was a pretty decent story overall. So.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm excited for some other things that are going to be coming out in the Black Label. They kind of started to kick off the Joe Hill stuff there in late 2019.
Late 2019, Joe Hill,
so
with Basket Full of Heads.
Yeah,
was the first one, I think.
So I'm interested in that and seeing how those go. I've been a fan of Joe Hill's for a while, so
people seem to like them. They sell well.
Yeah, well, and that's actually with that. At the end of 2019, we had the shuttering of Vertigo, and the Black Label's taking over that spot. So.
Shuttering, they killed Vertigo.
Yeah, they did kill Vertigo.
They should be tried for murder in the first degree.
Take a great imprint and just ruined it. So
some of the early stuff that Joe Hill has written before this DC stuff, I thought was pretty good. Some of his independent stuff.
You like Lock and Key, and so do you actually.
Oh yeah, Lock and Key was amazing. I mean,
I didn't care for it.
I don't think Kenny. I don't think Kenny liked it.
I made it about 4 issues in, and I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I picked it up and I couldn't put it down. I mean, after that, the offshoots like Omega, etc., were not as good. But that first run, the original run, was just amazing. So, and they were doing like a pilot for it that didn't get picked up, and I don't know if it was like a full pilot, but like they're nowadays they'll do portions of something, small
sizzle
portions.
reels, basically.
Yeah, and that didn't get picked up, and I'd like to see that. But then we now have this new one that is coming out. So
on Netflix, I believe, isn't it? Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I'd like
Netflix tends to do the TV shows pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't watch Ridiculous 6 though.
James liked it.
The Ridiculous Six?
The Ridiculous Six? What was that he said?
Six Underground.
600
Two
Ground
different things.
was
Okay.
pretty good,
Okay.
yeah. No, Ridiculous Six was the Adam Sandler Western.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought, it's an Adam Sandler movie. I know what I'm going to get. It's going to be dumb, but it was just
dumb.
Really dumb.
Let's see. 2019, we got. Was 2019 where they came down on the verdict for Salt Lake Comic Con and said they couldn't do it?
Mm-hmm.
Again, because San Diego Comic Con sued them, and so they can't call themselves the Salt Lake City Comic Con. Or actually, they can't call themselves Comic Con because that is trademarked by San Diego or SDCC, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, that verdict was in 2019, which is stupid. Book-wise, DC had some really good books out. We got the Batman That Laughs in 2019, which has just taken off. I'm trying to think what else happened in 2019 for DC.
It seemed to be a pretty big year for not the other previous years were not, but this 2019 really seemed to be a avalanche of people in the comic industry itself putting out all these first appearances and chasing after all these first appearances. Not old ones necessarily, but just new ones and new books and stuff. It seems like every time you turn around, there's something new to go hunt for in 2019. And like I said, I'm not saying there wasn't in the past. It just, to me, it seemed 2019 was a very busy first appearance year. Mm-hmm. And that may be also partially due to new features like Key Collector apps seem to really start getting its stride in 2019. And
there's a lot of YouTubers that talk about hot comics and stuff.
And even books that came out late 80s or late 70s, early 80s that, are just now people are going back and realizing first appearances and stuff like we talked about, Ileana.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about her here recently.
X-Men Giant Size.
Really her first appearance.
Yeah, well, as a kid, it's Giant Size X-Men 1.
Yeah.
Then you've got X-Men 160 and then New Mutants and then the miniseries. So, yeah.
And people focus on that one issue of New Mutants as being her first appearance. But like a lot of people have already said, she's not really called Magic
she's not until 21.
Until 21. So
we finished up the
Her first appearance was Giant Size, or was it Giant Size?
Giant Size, yeah.
That's her first.
That's her first appearance. Yep. Yeah. Go back to the first time you show up on page.
Was your first appearance. Baby in that?
No, she was a little kid.
Yeah.
Because didn't he save her?
I think so. Yeah, from
the tractor was going to run over or something.
Yeah, something like
that. We ended the Skywalker storyline in Star Wars in 2019. It started in 1976. Yeah, something like that.
77, wasn't it?
77. And we get Disney launched their Plus service with the Mandalorian. Which,
and then everyone watched it and then canceled their subscriptions.
Well, now they got to re-up because we get season 2. So that was actually
and that's
pretty
later
good.
This year, right?
It's going to be in November, yeah. And we get Kenobi also. It's pretty soon, or filming it now. So I enjoyed the Mandalorian. We haven't really talked about it much on the show.
You and McGregor?
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're bringing him back. So I think we all watched it, and we all enjoyed it.
Mandalorian was good. But after I watched Mandalorian, I'm like, I haven't really watched Disney after that. There's nothing really else. Because a lot of that stuff I've already seen. As a kid growing up, I've already seen all that stuff. And I can revisit most of that pretty quickly, and I'm done.
Is Kim Possible on there?
So,
I think it is, actually.
That might be worth $7.
Yeah. Go watch the old Kim Possibles.
Watch all the old Kim Possibles.
Yeah. Movies, did we finish? Was Avengers Endgame this year, or was it last year?
This is 2020, so...
Well, was it 2019 or was it 2018?
I think it was 2019, wasn't it?
2019. I thought I saw it during the summer or something.
Okay.
So...
yeah, because it just came to... That's right, yeah, so we finished that 10-year storyline, too, so...
All coming to a...
We're all wrapping up all these greats, so... So anything else? News-wise, I mean, I can't really think of a whole lot. We get a new Spawn soon. McFarlane announced in 2019 that he's writing it, and he's got a director that the directors are going to be the ones that, or producers are going to be the ones that do the Paranormal Activity and all those the spooky ones, the Grudge remake and all those, low budget but medium-sized budget horror movies that have been out. So,
was it the one that Annabelle spun off of? The Conjuring?
So. The Conjuring, yep. Yeah.
I've not seen any. Oh, wait, I did. I saw one Annabelle movie. I don't think it was the first Annabelle movie.
That's how with it I am. I didn't even realize there was more than one Annabelle movie.
I mean, of that franchise, I liked the first movie, and then the other two after that are connected to The Conjuring. I can't remember what they're called.
Nun.
The Nun. It was okay, I guess. But the one before that, Conjuring 2, was not very good. So.
Well, the Nun, the character is terrifying.
Well, yeah, nuns are terrifying.
Yeah, the character itself was terrifying, but the movie was like...
Yeah. So it's basically a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's all about blood and guts now. It's not about scaring anybody.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No. And,
well, we had Detective Comics 1000. That was 2019, right?
Yeah, and Action Comics. Wasn't it Action too?
I thought Action came
Was
out.
that 18?
18.
Okay.
So
we had the
Detective
Detective
Comics 1000.
1000.
It had some milestones.
Yeah, some milestone.
Yeah.
Spawn 300.
Spawn. Yeah. So it's the longest. Well.
That is now the longest
independent. Yeah.
Independent. Yeah.
Longest running independent book.
Yep. Liefeld still made an ass of himself in 2019, saying that, this is wrong about this and this is wrong about that, but he's right about everything. So he lost Youngblood. So hey,
he lost Youngblood.
Yeah, some other company has the rights to it. He doesn't have the rights to it. I know. That's what.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. It's in some legalese stuff that I guess I don't know. So. Let's see. What else in 2019?
Robin Hood Outlaw. The best comic of 2019.
Robin Hood, yeah. Van Helsing also was there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In 2019. A lot of Zenescope books in 2019 were very good, so.
If you go on Detective 1000, there was Marvel 1000 came out.
Right, Marvel Comics 1000. They didn't want to be upstage, so they don't know how they got to 1,000, but they did. They say so. It was a pretty good story. It was a lot of foreshadowing stuff of stuff's going to happen.
I only read the Allred page, so I have no idea what that book was about.
It was all different stories, I think, really. But
yeah. I only bought it because Allred did something in it. So.
Yeah, I'm over 1,000. It's sort of a blatant cash grab, really.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Did they do a 1001?
Yes.
Yes.
Because all the stuff they wanted to put in 1000 wouldn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a 1001.
Okay. All right. I can't really think of anything. We got the Batman animated series released in 2019
on Blu-ray.
On Blu-ray,
on Blu-ray it was.
I remember we had one at the shop, so I just thought about that.
2019.
So. Yeah, I think so.
I had to send mine back multiple times to Amazon because they kept crushing the crap out of.
Was it that one?
Well, I was, yeah.
Yeah, it was that one right there. But with the figures in it, the little pops, which I really didn't care for, but they kept crushing the packaging to bits, shipping it through Amazon.
Yeah, Funko. They didn't start in 2019, but man, they exploded in 2019. I mean, you've got Golden Girls, you've got anything now. Funko's out there, so
you've got Colonel Sanders in the new catalog.
That's right, Colonel Sanders. If he doesn't come with the 11 different 11
herbs and spices.
Herb and spices, yeah. The secret recipe doesn't come with that.
Yeah, it's Italian dressing.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
Really? I didn't know
yes.
that. Let's see.
They put the dry Italian dressing seasoning in the flour.
Ah.
And that's what the 11 herbs and spices are.
Now you know.
I think Donnie Cates seems to be the hottest
Yeah,
writer right now.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
I think it's a lot because he actually, I don't know if he corresponds, but he's always pushing something out through Twitter, to, get everybody hyped up about stuff. So,
Sean Gordon Murphy's hot right now too.
Yeah,
True.
the Batman White Knight sequel. White Knight?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Curse of the White Knight.
Curse of the White Knight, yeah.
but
And then he also put out that Mr. Freeze issue that was really good.
yeah. I was just saying the Cates just seems
Yeah.
to be, in 2019 and carrying over into 2020.
Right.
It seems to be popular.
I
with
think
all
he's.
the
I think he's a competent writer. I mean, he's.
Carnage stuff and Venom stuff he's been pushing out. So,
I mean, his stuff's been readable. It's been decent.
yeah, I mean, he's probably better than most as far as at least he can usually put out a decent story. They're usually not great or anything, but like you said, it's competent.
The best thing about 2019 was, I think a lot of writers realized that they shouldn't be in your face with some political agenda.
Yeah, we kind of saw that. Kind of.
Yeah,
I think that's why Marvel is starting to get good again. Put your politics in there, that's fine, but don't throw it in our face.
No.
And don't put it in there very much. Let's go back to action and supernatural and fantasy and heroes, and let's concentrate on that.
Oh yes, that's another good thing about 2019. The last season of Supernatural.
Maybe.
Until they see how well they do in the ratings, and then it'll be back again for an 18th season.
because Jared Padalecki's going to be Walker, Texas Ranger.
That's right, and the I kind of wish they wouldn't do that. I wish they would let him be a different Texas Ranger.
But yet they find out the
But yet
ratings
let
are really
Chuck Norris
good.
be on that show as Walker, and just be
He leaves to do Walker, but then they continue to do Supernatural with somebody else. And then they do a spin-off or a tie-in with Texas Ranger and Supernatural.
We've seen a lot of.
What's funny though is I think the guy that plays Dean would make a better Texas Ranger than the guy that plays Sam, which is who they're going to use. But
yeah, we've seen a lot of comic inspired TV shows also continuing. Riverdale, Katie Keene, which you say is good.
no, I haven't watched.
I thought
Katie
which
Keene.
one was it you told me that was good?
Nancy Drew. Apparently, I'm the only one though, because the reviews on IMDb are just ruthless. But I think it's because when people see Nancy Drew, they're thinking, it's the innocent, happy Nancy Drew, and this isn't what that is. And I like it. I think it's a good show. But
I've been meaning to give it a watch, but I canceled my Hulu as well. So I think isn't it on Hulu?
CW.
CW.
Yeah,
So
it's on
you
Hulu.
can watch that for free.
Yeah,
You got the CW app.
there you go. Just download that app and watch it. They finally did Crisis crossover in the Arrow universe on CW, which is leading to a Crisis on Infinite Earths, 8-episode series, I think. And so we this year we got Batwoman, which I've heard is really good. Haven't checked it out yet. I need to, but
It's okay. I've watched a couple episodes, and I really thought she would be a good Batwoman. She's just okay. She's wound up being okay.
Is
you
it
don't like
because? But is it just okay because of the script, or is she just okay?
She's just doing it okay. She's not really. She's not giving. Her Batwoman is lacking
is she
in
too
substance.
angsty?
No,
she's not angsty enough for you.
I don't know.
Because we know you love angst.
Some of the script is that typical CW style script as well. So it's a combination of things.
Yeah, there's some CW and Nancy Drew too.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But unlike Riverdale, it's not the main part of the show. Riverdale is all CW, man.
Well, it's set in a small town, high school kind of thing. So that was how it was back in small town high
And
schools.
Nancy Drew they all just graduated high school.
Okay.
So,
Archie's been on a lot of drama.
There is some of that CW angsty, whining stuff, but it's not the majority of the show like all the other CW shows. Speaking of CW shows that are good, In the Dark, that's really good.
I haven't seen that either.
There's a new show on Fox that started in 2019.
Didn't In the Dark just recently start though? Has it been on for a while?
No, the second season's going to start
Okay.
fairly soon.
Was it the FX show Things We Do in the Dark? The vampire show?
I don't remember that one though.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good.
That.
Yeah, I think it's called Things We Do in the Dark, and it's
Chernobyl was good.
yeah.
That was HBO, right? Or Showtime.
Showtime, I
Yeah.
think. But that's worth a watch just to see how bad the Soviet Union screwed that up.
Yeah.
It was a pretty brutal movie.
Yeah, it was.
So have you gotten all your issues? Have you got all 300 issues of Spawn yet?
I do not. I don't know if I will. Because the ones I'm looking for now are anywhere from 10 to 100 bucks. So.
Well, you can continue that in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah. Books you have acquired in 2019?
Do what?
What key books have you acquired in 2019?
Key books that I picked up in 2019. Oh, I picked up
Or good books. I know you picked up some early Batmans.
Yeah, I picked up a bunch of early Batman. I picked up that little book, that First Appearance of Thor, that Journey to Mystery book. I picked that up.
Yeah, that little book that yeah.
Picked up one of those. That was my big. That was
not many people looking for that one, are there?
No.
That was my big book for 2019. Period. And now I'm trying to pay off car bills. So I got that paid off, then I had car bills.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'll be looking for in 2020. I don't know. I've kind of come to a point to where they're kind of getting out of, like we said before, their prices are getting really hefty.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if you're not out there and finding good deals, then you're not there. It's going to cost you a buttload of money.
Did you get any key books this year?
Robin Hood's.
Robin Hoods. Back issues of Robin Hoods?
Yeah. I've got pretty much a full run, but not all the covers.
Right.
And she's the only one that I do all the covers.
Right.
Except if there's like monsters on the cover. Like if it's just a cover of a monster, I won't buy it.
No.
But if she's fighting a monster on the cover, I'll get it. But I got pretty much a full run, except for there's a few covers.
Good.
So.
Nice. Anything else you got for 2019?
No, just me and James are going to be working to set up at a show for 2020 here pretty soon. We're going to try to get some books put together.
To set up at a show or set up a show?
Set up at a show in Shawnee.
I have to laugh at this because I've been trying for the last all this year. I've thrown out them. You and James been saying that we've got all these books from Madman and if only there was a show coming up you all could set up at that was cheap. Because we had Riverside, we have Pryor, we have Route 66.
James
These are all shows that $30 tables that you all could set up at. I've mentioned.
I'm hoping to go to Pryor. I mean, I've been staying pretty busy because my dad passed away, so I've been pretty busy doing stuff like that. But I'm really looking forward to going to the first show of the year. And I've always enjoyed Pryor, so I'm going to try to go to Pryor.
I just find it humorous that you all are finally deciding to do shows again.
Well,
or trying to at least do a show.
Take a little bit of break. Don't have to do every show, so
just do the local ones.
Yeah,
That's all you gotta do.
I bought some books that I'm looking to resell, so I'll try to get those priced and ready to go.
You only have this week.
No, for Shawnee show.
Oh, for Shawnee,
Not
that's
Pryor.
right, Shawnee.
Not for Pryor.
Shawnee's in March.
Shawnee's in March, yes.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of time either. So.
Well, you got 2 months.
Yeah.
It's not the same weekend as Planet, is it?
No, I don't think so.
You guys are going to have to go to Planet so you can get my book signed for me.
I don't know if I'm going to go to Planet this year. I got so much on my plate to do, so.
I thought about going, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to with work and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Because Roy Thomas is going to be there and I need my Warren companion signed.
That I would like to get some Doctor Strange's signed by him.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So.
And if anyone's going to Dallas, they can get my...
I thought you were saying you were thinking about you yourself were actually going to go to
I don't know. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and as...
It's too much money for me to go by myself.
And another thing is getting a little case of the OLD is, you know, it starts to wear on you on a big con like that. So
it's not necessarily getting old. It's just I hate people.
Okay.
I'm finding that more and more. Yes.
I'm finding OLD. Plus, you know, my weight and stuff doesn't help me. You know, trying to get around and stuff. So
Take a wheelchair.
no.
Get you a rascal.
You're a rascal.
Give me a little rascal.
You could cosplay as Cyborg.
Yeah, there you go.
Give me a little Segway.
Give him a little hair there, and
Do you see the new Segway wheelchair?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
it went out
like-
of control at the big thing that's going on in Las Vegas. I can't remember what they call it, where they're showing all their electronics and stuff. It went out of control or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And didn't the creator or somebody that created the Segway several years ago, he was showing it off and actually ran off a cliff and died?
Really?
I didn't remember that.
I didn't hear about
I
that.
think so.
Well, in
So-
2019, we got the Tesla truck, or prototype,
Yeah.
which looks like something from a mix of Batman, the Tumbler, and
Well,
it looks
Didn't
pretty
we
neat.
design it after something from Tron or something
Maybe
like that?
Yeah. Could be very good. Could see that. Yeah. So. Well, that's what we've got for 2019.
There's movies.
That's true, movie-wise.
Yeah.
Joker.
Millionaire
Joker.
owner of the Segway firm, Jimmy Helseden, who died in a freak accident on Sunday. This is in 2010. A British businessman who bought the Segway company less than a year ago died after riding one of the scooters off of a cliff and into a river near Yorkshire State.
Damn. Yeah, we comic movie-wise, yeah, Joker, which
Joker?
you didn't like it.
No.
It was an awkward
didn't-
movie.
Yes, it was very awkward, but the way I heard it described was, as a movie, it was a good movie. But that Joker doesn't pose a risk to Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at it as a movie about a guy who basically goes insane, then it's a good movie. But if you look at it as this is Batman's nemesis, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't feel like
kinda looks like
would
it's a
be an
He's
origin.
he's not crafty, he's not cunning. You know, Joker's always like 2 steps ahead. That's what makes him so formidable.
Well, I think, I looked at it as, and I haven't seen it yet, but as like a year one story, or this is how he became kind of the Joker character, maybe.
Right,
As
but the character in that movie,
wouldn't be that way.
it doesn't fit Batman, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's like,
He would have to grow into that.
right, but
Right.
in the movie, in the Joker movie, he's not crafty, he's not cunning, he's not smart.
He's a loser, basically.
Yeah, he's basically a loser. So if you watch it as just like a movie about a guy who loses his mind, then yes, it's a really good movie and he does a really good job. But it's just not Joker.
I thought he just did an adequate job. He just played himself to a degree, just flopping around like he does. You
Well,
know.
he played Joaquin Phoenix playing the
Like a
Joker.
clown.
Playing Joker. Yeah.
Well, and actually, there's a chance that DC could have another award-winning or Oscar-winning movie then, though.
Yeah,
You know,
it won
with
a
the-
Golden
I
Globe.
mean, I didn't hate it like one section did, and I didn't love it like the other section did. I just thought it was an okay movie. I
Or this
watched
be
it
the third one.
for the most part, enjoyed it, but
Did Batman, the one with Heath Ledger, about The Dark Knight, did it win Best Picture?
I don't remember.
I don't think it won Best Picture,
No.
but I think he won Best Actor.
Right, posthumously, yeah.
Posthumously.
Posthumously, yeah. Words.
I use your words.
Use my words correctly. Movie-wise, what else do we get?
Hobbs and Shaw.
I still need to see that. Actually, I've heard it's really good. I mean,
Wasn't Shazam 2019?
It's like
Or was that 2018? I don't remember.
Maybe early 2019.
Yeah, it was an okay movie.
I liked the Shazam movie.
Yeah. Terry thought it was okay.
I mean, there was.
But that's a glowing review from Terry.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I didn't like the main villain, but I liked the kids and the way they interacted and the things they said and stuff. It was a fun movie.
Yeah.
So.
What other movies came out this year?
Shobbs and Hobbs.
Shobbs and Haw. Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and
It
Shaw.
was the movie is absolutely ridiculous.
But so are all
But
the other
it's
movies.
really. I would say it's more absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, it's absolutely ridiculous, but
Yeah,
it's fun.
Well, all those movies are. I mean,
Yeah.
after
Well,
the
this
second
one-
one, though.
But no, this is like an even more over the top Tango and Cash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a scene in there where The Rock has a hold of a chain that's connected to a helicopter, and he's holding onto a tow truck.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's completely ridiculous, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah, I need to go see that, actually. Meant to.
Well, you went and saw the Star Wars movie, right?
I did,
The
yeah.
latest
I
edition of
enjoyed
Star
it, yeah.
Wars. I haven't seen it. I'll wait for it to come out on
you
Blu-ray,
know,
I think.
People are going to hate if, anything anymore. If the original Star Wars A New Hope would have come out now and this time, people would have panned it. They would have hated it. They would have wanted their money back, all that. So, I mean, I enjoyed it being a Star Wars fan. It's wrapped up the whole Skywalker storyline, so it's good. I enjoyed it. So, I have spoken.
This is the way.
This is the way. That's right.
So what? Is there any good stuff in 2020 so far?
I haven't seen the trailer. I know it's out for movie-wise, but the Bloodshot movie, everything I hear, looks to be pretty good. If it's anything like the little Ninjak versus the Valiant universe they did, it could be a really good game changer for them. So, man, ask you a question, sir.
Any comics that have started?
As he looks at his phone.
For 2020, that have started.
Well, obviously you count December of 19. But
Yeah. You think of anything that I've really picked up that I've read?
the
that's
new Harrow
new?
County was really good.
Yeah, the Harrow County was pretty good. I'll tell you one thing that you couldn't stop. It started in 2018 and continued through 2019, and it's still one of the best reads out there, and that's Immortal Hulk.
Yeah.
And the covers for that by Alex Ross and continued from 2018 all through 2019 have been amazing. That's still, I think, a pickup you need to check out. Definitely, if you haven't read
Oh,
it.
I've read up to issue.
Well, not on me. I'm just
Yeah.
saying anybody
Right.
that
Was
may
the-
actually listen to this.
Was the Francesco Mattina controversy, was that 2019?
That's been
Seems like
18
that.
and 19.
18, 19 probably, but that continues on.
But
Yeah,
it doesn't seem to be phasing him
It
at all,
doesn't
though.
seem
Not
to
like
be. I mean, he's continued to do variants for DC.
Well, and what about he's going to be at Dallas Fan Days? I
Yeah.
saw. He's going to be there, and there's
I
several
think,
other people.
I think I'm hoping a lot of them are just learning. If you're going to rip somebody off, don't rip them off. Just comment. This is a homage from
Yeah.
such and such. I mean, their cover was awesome.
Just-
so
just
you
put
know,
on there
yeah.
after
Yeah,
Ross
right.
or after
Exactly.
Frazetta or whatever.
Yeah. 2021.
What about the Greg Land controversies?
That'll never end.
that goes with the Mattina. Those 2019 we kind of
I always thought that, because to me the Mattina thing seemed to blow up and then kind of just disappear.
It did, yeah.
Whereas the Land thing is just on and on and
Yeah, people-
on and on.
And that's another thing. Comicsgate was kind of died down a little bit in 2019.
Yeah, they can't. They're arguing amongst themselves now.
Yeah. So,
Well, we didn't need any gates anyway.
Yeah.
no.
So
One of the big things behind Comicsgate was the gatekeeping, keeping people out of the comic industry because you didn't like their politics or whatever. Well, now the Comicsgate people are trying to gatekeep. So,
yeah.
Now, Archie, I think started hitting back a couple years ago, but it seems like 2019 has been a bigger year for people looking for those oddball
Archie covers.
Archie innuendo covers.
Yeah.
Now,
And they went back to their original numbering, I think, this year, didn't they?
Archie did,
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of companies getting ready to start doing that. DC's doing it with, they obviously did it with Detective and Batman, or Detective and Action, but they're doing it with Wonder Woman and Flash, and they've announced that they're going to be more legacy numbers coming up. So,
Of
sorry, go
course
ahead.
there is.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't there be?
Yeah,
I mean, you can do a 64-page issue and charge $10 for it. Why wouldn't you go back to the
think
legacy
about it, you
number?
could do Justice League. It'd be about around 300 roughly, maybe 350 with all the different
If not
versions.
more.
Yeah, if not more, probably 400 actually. Titans could do that.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, Green Lantern for sure. There's no Titans book out there now. Forget that. Young Justice could do one.
there towards the tail end of 2019, that Detective Comics kind of blew up the store variant. The Walmart store variant?
No, the store. Okay, the
Yeah.
Walmart variant. Yeah. Okay, I was like,
Oh, I thought that was Detective Giant.
Yeah, the giant size.
right. It was
the
a
100.
standalone. Yeah.
That blew up there towards
But
the
yeah.
tail end of 2019.
Yeah, and
people
still
are
is,
on
actually.
Yeah, people are
150
looking
now.
for that.
All because of one panel.
So it
Was it one panel? What was it for?
It reprints Detective
Oh, yeah,
27,
that's
and
right.
every reprint after
Yeah.
the original printing,
Doesn't
the
have
guy,
knife,
the
that's
victim,
right.
doesn't have the knife in his back.
Right.
And in this one, he does have the knife. So it's an exact reprint.
Mm-hmm.
and they originally thought there was like 35,000 of them, but I think they have found out that it's probably closer to 15,000. So it's a lot shorter run than originally thought. So
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't find
I heard
any
3,600.
right, and then they found out
That's
it's probably more like
3,600.
15,000.
Oh, okay.
1,500.
Yeah.
1,500. Okay. I was gonna say 15,000 is quite a lot.
Oh, still maybe 15,000, but they were thinking it was 36,000 or something.
I saw 3,600.
Oh, 3,600?
Yeah, which would be
Okay.
3,600
All right.
copies, which would be really a low deal.
I mean, we couldn't find any around here. We had to have a buddy of ours in Tennessee ship us the book.
Yeah.
So,
Well, right now, that Target,
the Target exclusive.
it's kind of hard to find too.
And I'm kind of like, with these 100 pagers, is there's hardly any new material, and I'm like, man, I don't want to spend $10 for
Well, you get 2 new stories.
with the Target one.
The Target one does have 2 new
Okay.
stories in
Well,
it.
I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
that's why I was asking what's new in this one.
Oh, I didn't hear you ask me
when
that.
our buddy was
Oh, James.
asking about it, I'm like, I don't want to spend $10 for 3 pages.
Right, you get like 2 like 6-page
So
stories.
now that I know that, I kind of might want to get it, but now
The
I'm
stories
kinda
are okay,
out of luck.
and you get 2 Batman Adventure reprints.
So
Actually,
when you decide to sell yours, then I'll pick yours up.
I didn't get one.
Oh,
I looked
you-
at James's
okay.
or Steve's. I looked at Steve's. I didn't get one. The big event though for 2019 that blows everything out of the water. Tom King's run on Batman ended.
Hallelujah. It's proof there is a God.
People can come back to Batman now, guys.
Thank goodness.
The nightmare's over. Actually, they got James Tynion on it, which is actually he's a good writer. So, but yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Our friend Jenny, she would be
I'd be kicked. Yeah,
she'd be slapping us for that.
I'll probably have night. She'll probably
Beating you about the
She
head and
will.
shoulders.
Yeah.
She'll probably visit me tonight in my dreams and try to kill me or something,
Well, I would too. But.
Yeah, well. Well, and you mentioned that, yeah, that this would have been 1 year. And this year was 1 year of her passing, and we also lost Gary last February, so that's almost a year then, too.
Gary was one of our
He was like
two
our
people
only,
that were not in the Netherlands to listen to our podcast.
yeah. Yep.
DC brought out the dollar comics to compete with True Believers, but they keep reprinting crap that you can find in a dollar box.
Yep.
But both Marvel and DC are doing, which is something I've said they should do more, actually,
More often.
more on an even bigger scale, is they're doing the facsimiles,
Right.
which are great because you're getting to get issues that you're not going to be able to afford.
Yeah. You get Batman 232 for $3.99.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is one of those things I had said that they should do even more of. Like, they should go back to Batman Detective comics, and
Start at number one.
Once a month, put out a reissue of it.
And I know that
I would be signed up.
The complaint is that, well, Batman number 1 was 64 pages. They can't put that out for $3.99. Well, most people would probably pay $8,
right?
Or even if
for an exact replica of Detective 27 or Batman number 1.
Some of those are not going to hurt the back issue market because they're already so expensive. There's very few people that can afford it. So.
Right.
I did see in an interview the other day with Dan Didio.
Dan Didio?
However you say it.
Didio, I guess. I don't know.
I like Didio. They were talking about a lot of the trades and stuff being canceled, or compilations, and he actually had a really good reason why, because they're seeing they don't have the orders for them. They have to have X amount ordered before they print them, and they're not coming in. Those orders aren't for Silver Age Justice League Volume 4. Well, people aren't ordering enough to justify the cost of printing it, so they're not printing not that one, but there's been some other ones they have canceled.
You mean like the archives?
Kind of, or just trade paperback stories, like the old the bronze DC Bronze Age stories. Just one that has a whole bunch of them in it.
Well, quit recoloring them and all that crap, and put them on newsprint, and you'll get the orders.
The Batman Golden Age omnibuses they're putting out, and the ones previous to that, just look like they took old Microsoft Paint and just splashed color in there, just decimating the depth of the art from those. So.
But I didn't know why they were canceling them. I'd see that Gotham by Gaslight archive edition's been canceled, or this book's been, and I was like, well, I wonder why.
Because they're expensive.
And that's why. And also they're taking off the numberings off the spine, because as like the comic issues, they're seeing that when you go in to get Batman, if they're offering Batman Volume 12, well, they're like the normal issues. As they further go in the issues, the readership drops, and so the numbers drop, and so that's why one reason they're taking those off, which made sense actually. I actually was.
Are you talking about like reprinting the current Batman series?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that with that, or
right.
And they are wanting to do more of the with the Giants. The Giants is kind of go back a little further on their stuff, because there's a lot of Silver Bronze Age stuff they could throw in there. That would be great.
But my thing is that it doesn't need, 10-pound paper stock.
No,
it doesn't need new coloring. A lot of people, those Chronicles of Batman that reprinted Batman's in chronological order. Just put out trades like that, and then you could charge $9.99, and you'd sell a boatload of them.
Yeah, they did that for Superman and Batman and Green Lantern, and I think Flash too. But
if you're reprinting like Bronze Age stuff and recoloring it, and you're not doing a good job of recoloring it, then you ruin the whole thing.
And they've got some paper that's not newsprint, but it gives a newsprint feel to it. Print it on that. Give it that original feel too, or as close to it as possible.
Yeah.
And you just got to make them affordable.
They just need to let us do this.
And comic books as a whole is also probably going to continue to drop, because they're now $4.99 and $5.99, and I just don't know how many I can continue to pick up at that price.
Yeah,
it just keeps on getting. My paycheck is not going up as fast as the price of comic books are.
Right.
I mean, I would love to see them do go back to doing a dollar comic of new stuff each month. You prove you can do it.
And what I was saying also earlier about doing like Detective and Batman, from the beginning, and I'm not saying they need to do that for every title, but flagship titles that people it costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars to try to go back and get all those. That would make sense, but it may not make sense to go back and do other books, that are not as popular, but flagship
Dial
titles.
H for Heroes.
Exactly, yeah.
Well,
but to do Action and Superman and Batman and Detective and Wonder Woman and maybe Green Lantern or maybe Justice League.
Or even Aquaman's. Don't be hating on Aquaman. Don't. You should see the look. I got the
or Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or X-Men. I mean,
well, like X-Men
those
classics.
are books that, yeah.
Bring back the one of the customers here at the shop yesterday I was working was talking about the reprint series. Marvel 2-in-1, Marvel Triple Action, Marvel Greatest
Tales.
Stories, Marvel Tales. Do that.
And they already did something like that with Walking Dead Weekly. I mean, it came out, and it was successful for quite some time before it died off.
Yeah. Well, I think it pretty much caught up to itself.
It did. I think so. Yeah. So.
And those are collected.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like people who don't have those issues.
What is it, 19 that was the first Michonne?
Yeah.
Even the Walking Dead Weekly 19 was over $100 at one point.
And then it was 27 or something like that. It was the first Governor. And
Yeah.
all that. Yeah. So. That's 2019.
That was 2019, yeah. And some hopeful things we see for 2020.
Robin Hood Vigilante.
Yes. All right, so we good?
I think I'm good. Yeah.
All right.
I'm good.
You're good? All right.
I'm good. I'm ready to go to dinner.
You're going to go to dinner. Well, Terry has to eat. He's hungry. So this is Dalian.
Terry.
Kenny.
Have a good one.
Yeah.